Okay, let's talk about what happened today, Thursday. But before we talk about the stock market, let's take a look at the COVID trend of the world cases, new cases, and I'm pretty much convinced at this point that the curve is indeed flattened and is at this point decreasing, so we can safely assume the reopening of the world economy is in order, especially with increasing vaccines. So that's pretty bullish for the stock market or the general stock market. But we want to talk about the recent trends that I'm noticing, and it's not really recent. I just want to mention because last week I mentioned on Friday that going toward an aggressive account or an aggressive account strategy is preferable over a risk management account for the reason of volatilities and just the way risk is heavier right now in both the general market and individual equities. And I just want to point out this behavior of the summers that, and this is where I made a mistake on mRNA on, here it is, Friday. This Friday right here, where they hijacked it. So somewhere on Friday they hijacked it and run it. And guess what? This type of run, even though it was hijacked during the afternoon, long Labor Day weekend, what indeed happened was the trigger of these type of seeds, these catalysts, for some reason follow through and just continue as momentum because there's a lot of short interest in mRNA. Also, the low float and the ability to just ramp the price up. And you can see it went to high of day and then reversal Wednesday, which is essentially low of day, and then Thursday complete read um, read interest gathering steam again, volume actually even higher to high of day. So what is it? High of day, low of day, high of day. And high, when I say high of day and low of day, I'm talking about the close. End of day. End of day is either right here, you see end of day is low of day, end of day, low of day. Here is end of day, high of day. So they do this on purpose. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's a perfectly good reason why it always tends to end for these type of stock like mRNA and many other stocks, even large stocks like Apple and Google and Tesla and Amazon, Shopify, any big tech, high flying, high interest option playing stocks have this type of behavior, this characteristic of high of day, high of day, high of day, low of day, low of, I just, there's a perfectly good reason for it. I don't know what it is right now, but knowing that type of behavior, that type of trend, if you get caught in trying to, counter trend or, calculate the reversal in this case, any one of these up running up, you would essentially get squeezed out, right? So closing, for this low of day, closing here, you should, if you were in the position you want to close out, and likewise, since the closure is high of day, you probably want to close out. Now tomorrow's option expiration. So mRNA is gonna move. Don't know which direction, but this is a stock I'm gonna play more aggressively. Trying to figure out what type of strategy to play, and what is the best way of maneuvering it. And so right now, I think the best play until it gets into this channel right here. You can see in this channel you can do a straddle because the options, the call option and the put options are extremely expensive. So playing the straddle or selling the straddle is a good strategy. However, when it break out, boom, playing the straddle no longer apply. This is of course Friday. This is a 60-minute. And this is the 60-minute trend line. The 15-minute trend line also, I don't believe, is showing much of a significance. So the strategy you will want to play is high of days and low of days. So Friday, I don't know if Friday is going to be high of days or low of day. I need to go in here and look individually, but potentially it could be. So um, but Shopify also showed this behavior. So you see, look at that low of day on Wednesday, right? Broke right through the 20-day moving average, broke below the 50-day moving average, and we, I guess, bounced from the 50-day moving average. But the point is, it ended low of day, and Shopify is you can see when it closed down, it tends to close down low of day. Now it's not as transparent as mRNA, but the characteristic is still there. If you sell a straddle, anyone doing these type of range, that's what I was saying, selling the straddle, a risk reward management account no longer apply for this week, and it was better to transition to a aggressive account. And look at that 60-minute trend line is a level of a technical line of interest. And of course, this is Wednesday right here. Broke below it and off to the races. It's going to be these type of classic signature where it breaks below a key level. In this case, this area right here, this technical line that is very close to the 60-minute trend line, and then the next break of it below that, boom, low of day, bouncing from the 50-day moving average. So going forward, this may stay in the range. We don't know, of course, but when it does get hit, or if it goes below this line right here, you know it's gonna be low of day, right? So this key line right here, this low from, I guess, the 50-day moving average, this right here. So for whatever reason, if it goes down here, boom. Yeah, it may not be in one day, but it's gonna be a huge low of day here, and then it'll meet up with this 100-day moving average as this 100-day moving average coming here. So at this point, I think Shopify still looks negative because the volume here isn't as strong. However, I mean, you can say the same with this volume. It's not that strong too, but then boom, it went to the next. So we'll see if it continues to wiggle around here. The likelihood of it breaking and going down is greater than 50%. I don't know if it's how high that percentage is, but I would say the bias is definitely toward the downside if it doesn't collect enough steam and go up. So Shopify is looking negative right now. Okay, so McCullough oscillator is also down. This McCullough oscillation, of course, is look like it's maybe going up, but we'll see how strong that performances tomorrow and also next week. So let's take a look at Amazon. So this is where I took a loss today, stupid loss, and I don't know why. I'm just again this habit of being complacent, of not just reading the chart correctly and able to see it in hindsight a lot clearer than and doing the market for whatever reason I need to to fix these type of mistakes, because here it is, level to level. I keep saying level to level, low of day, right? So here is this other line. It broke out, but guess what? It broke out. It broke out here. It broke out. Um, but it failed at this 100 Fibonacci line, right? This key Fibonacci line close to the 3550. So what was I trying to do? Well, I was trying to get it right back at the pick. Just not enough room. Right? I was gonna buy a put. But honestly, this failing signal right here, and then this next 5 minute, I should have taken it. Yeah, it could have gone back up, but I mean, this is risk reward, right? At the time, I'm just not seeing it, because I just, even though I know level to level, at this point, the option volume for Amazon was so strong right there, right? So, these option volumes, I guess that one wasn't as strong. Let's see, maybe it was the 3550. Yeah, see, so in the morning right here, these option volume was so strong, and all of them were really high in volume. It was a misdirection, so I was like, golly, you know what? I'm gonna play. I'll try to bottom. I'll try to top time, get something up here, a retest of it, but of course it didn't get there. And of course from here, I mean, yeah, I probably would have been chasing here, but I could have probably gotten anywhere here. Here, just taking that look. I mean, just man, just you know what? Gotta play for an aggressive account. You just have to play differently than a risk management account, and you just need to get into the habits of developing uh, good discipline and good habits, and just maintaining that discipline. Because level to level, this is reversal Wednesday, right? We went up, down, it went up again, but this whole down hit right here, this is classic reversal Wednesday. Reversal Wednesday, Thursday, failure of this Fibonacci is a key failure. That's level to level, and of course, anywhere here, if you try to bottom dip, which I try to bottom dip right here, right? I mean, what is this? The 5 minute trend line? Oh, well, it can be significant. You've seen a reaction, but the point is, it's level to level. This is not a level. Level to level is not here, then here. Level to level is low of day. Low of day, right? When it goes down to low of day. Low of day. That's low of days. That is level to level. So at this point, it's just a trap. And not only is a trap, but I add one. Again, I add one to my call options. Why do I do it? I don't know why. It's just stupid habits, I guess. Just trying to convince myself that it's just going to bounce. Right, add one and trapped, and just of course the best I could have done is get out at maybe 280 loss. Well, of course I'm not gonna take a 280 loss, but I end up taking a 900 loss, right? Yeah, of course I'm gonna take a 900 loss, because at a certain point I'm just gonna capitulate and go, man, doesn't look good. Just the fear, they're gonna squeeze you out, or fear you out, or in this case, flush you out, right? It's just gonna be a flush, low of day. Yeah, you just gotta take the loss, and if I didn't add one, it would have probably been only like $150 loss, which would have been okay. But I add one, which is 280 or whatever, 270, 280 loss seemed a lot, but of course ended up losing 900 for that position. I mean, this is just classic trap on the 5 minute. And of course, what did they do? I mean, here I would try to. I mean, I don't know how I missed this one. I mean, trying to pinpoint right into, trying to pinpoint right into these technical lines, sometimes it just doesn't get right to it, and you just gotta take it. And of course, I didn't get it, and so I wasn't gonna chase. But guess what? Low of day. All we did was just go low of day again. This is just classic Amazon behavior. Not just Amazon, but any other stock you'll see that gets hijacked, like mRNA, Nvidia, even Apple, even Tesla. They do this low of day, or the inverse of this low of day would be the high of day. Yeah, so at this point, he's sitting here and you're going, well, what's going on? Is this gonna be a one day? Well, Friday is of course a beast in itself, because Friday's option expiration, and next week is option expiration, which is triple witching, which is the futures, the bonds market, the commodity markets, and also the equity markets. So triple witching next week. This week is not triple witching, but it's still option expiration Friday. So the behavior probably gonna be a bounce for Amazon unless Bezos is selling. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this Amazon today, to be honest. I mean, it's just the behavior of it was kind of strange, because I was noticing here it is, right? This volume at the beginning on the puts, right? Right here, I was like, what is going on here? This type of puts that coming, this type of volume that was coming in, right here at the time, it was strange. Normally, you don't get this type of put behavior. So, here it is, where it wasn't a lot, but it was still something. It registered in my mind, what's going on here. It didn't follow through on any of the other one, really. It wasn't that strong here. Of course, the volume came in later, and so you got huge volume here. You got almost 10,000 on this one. You got 19,000 on this one. But it came later on, during at the time, the only volume was really this guy right here, um, at this point. But the call volumes were also heavy, so it was conflicting. But and that's what reading technical is difficult if you continue to be emotional. I mean, it's difficult to be a robot, obviously, and sometimes you just go with your instinct or your gut feeling, and which is most of the time, or a lot of the time, is gonna be wrong, because if you gotta read it correctly, you gotta read both the volume, but also the chart, level to level. This is a failure of the Fibonacci. And Thursday is a day before Option Friday, so they can move it on Thursday, right? And they did move it. Look at that. So you gotta be able to understand the discipline and the characteristic of these type of risk reward, and behavior, that yes, it may not happen, but I've seen it happen enough. I've seen it happen enough where the possibility of it is high enough where you can play the risk of it. At this point right here, maybe you cover here, but even then, if you cover here, you still make a lot of gain. And if you happen to play two position and cover one here and hold the other one for low of day, that's a huge. I mean, it's got to be 5,000 at least on one put option. So this is the type of reward that you want to play. Let me see if that's the case, right? Yeah, it's not 5,000, but it's 4,000 for this one. If you play the 3550, that would be almost 5,000, right? If you play here, that's 21 to almost 70, so that's almost 5,000. So yeah, so let's go. I just want to show you the loss, and this is the note I have. Lost 900 right here, lost 900, added one on this trap of the 5-minute trend line. Of course, Fibonacci level to level, low of day. Yeah, I mean, this. I have these type of charts so many where in my notes. I mean, over and over, and these type of behaviors are not rare. It is actually I wouldn't say a lot, but it's still very often where I've seen it over and over again, and I have notes to write where I have these type of acronyms on or kind of keywords, right? Level to level, low of day. And the volume just picked up for whatever reason. It just picked up later on. So yeah, you know, yeah. So it's just being able when you switch to an aggressive strategy, an aggressive account. It's recalibrating, but also going back to your discipline and knowing, what is the right discipline, the right strategy. And a lot of time with an aggressive account, you just cannot look at your account. I mean, you just gotta, look at it every 15 minutes. You gotta have the discipline to either look at it every 15 minutes and use your stops or every 30 minutes and use your stops. And because if you look at it and the wiggles of your account moving, $50, $100, it's just going to seed you into selling too soon or thinking a reversal when there's not a reversal, like this trap right here. I don't even know why I think it was gonna bounce. I mean, it's just I know of these traps. I've been trapped like this so many times, but yet there it is. Boom, just gets me right. It just boom. It just flow. It's just unbelievable. These five this the 5 minute trend line is very often a trap. The 15 minute maybe not as much, but they always penetrate. I mean, a lot of time they would penetrate the 15. This is so classic. Penetrate the 15, then try to reattempt, go above it, go down, try to reattempt. So that's what's that? How many failure of this? One, two, three, four, down, five failure of the 15 before low of day. Well, at this point, it's going to be low of day because Amazon always, or a lot of time, is going to be low of days. Low of days, low of days. It happens enough. Low of days. And of course, the inverse of it is high of days, high of days, high of days. So this is just classic signature of what the current market, the current environment, and you just gotta play for that position. If you watch your account, you're gonna get tricked. If you watch it, especially tick by tick, you're gonna get tricked, so you gotta find a way to not watch it, but also to protect yourself, right? Maybe stops is the best way to do that. Shopify, let's show you that low of day or that reversal Wednesday, right? Where was it? Right here. Fail the 15, right here, fail the 15, and then that's just it. Wednesday was, you know, boom. Just a straight line, low of day. Now, this is the bounce. This is essentially, I think right here is the 50-day moving average. So, it hasn't touched the 15 yet. So, I think the next touch of the 15 may wiggle around here, but then it probably is going to fail that 15, and then it's just going to go smack down to the next level. So, this Shopify is looking bad. Um, Yeah, Shopify, but who knows? A lot of time, it can't just I mean, what I see, trust me, other people are seeing as well. Programs are seeing as well. They are not just gonna say, "Oh, let's go ahead and crash this," on the next 15 minutes. They know, and they're gonna do what they can to head fake you, so it's never 100%. But, that is what it looks like technically. And you just gotta go with what it looks like technically. Look at that, failed the 20. Actually, it went up to the 20 today, interestingly enough. Somewhere right here, it was the 20. Right here, right at the 20, actually. right at the 20, and then that's why it didn't get to the 15. Well, you know what? It could have gotten to the 15 for whatever reason. It didn't. So mRNA, I think we looked at mRNA, but yeah, this thing is, yeah, you just gotta play the extreme, level to level, low of day, high of day. Could be the next target is the 500. Very well could be the 500. Tesla again, I cannot play because, like I said, what was it? The here it is right here, right? The doji, triple doji, well, double doji and a minor doji. So you could have say triple doji, double doji top. Look at that wick or the inverse tail, whatever you want to call it. And it went down and then reversed. Boom. What did I say? Tesla is just difficult to play. Difficult to play. This is the 5 minute trend line. I don't know if that means anything. Could be a trap. Here's the 15. Again, it could be anything. It could retest the 15. I mean, yeah, who knows? Could we test at 15 above the 60? So I would guess it would try to retest the 15 on Friday option expiration because Tesla most likely is gonna have a lot of option volume. I mean, it gotta have so much option volume on this guy. Look at that. Yeah, 90 on this one. Yeah, just huge option volume. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I would say, I would, I guess, would if it hits the 15, I might play it. I don't know. I mean, I know if I play, it's probably just gonna squeeze me out or flush me out. That's just the way Tesla does for me, at least. It seems like it's always a trap. For me, when I don't get into it, it's a technical level and it bounced. But when I do get into it, for whatever reason, boom, it's just a trap for me. It's like they see my shares. I don't know. But let's take a look at the QQQ. And let's see what it looks like on the daily. Yeah, this is looking bad on the McCullen oscillator. Looks like it's gonna go negative. So the QQQ, unfortunately, no capitulation top, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if this means it's just gonna wiggle around, head fake, and then do another type of push, and then the capitulation top. But next week is again triple witching. So next week is crazy. So I say maybe this would be an intermediate top, maybe an intermediate top because triple witching. Everything has been too high, and yeah, there's some volume on the VIX, right? Let's take a look at the other VIX, the one, this guy where there's some volume here. I don't, yeah, not enough, but it can come. It definitely can come. So this VIX may be poised to go next week because of triple witching, which is, yeah, September is and then the next one would be December. So September, yeah, I mean, I mean, look at the spies. This thing actually, yeah, the spies up today, but I think the tech is. I mean, it's just gotta be. This gotta be the top for intermediate, right? I mean, this gotta be the top intermediate because next week is triple witching and option expiration for the quarter Q3. So it's gotta go the opposite direction because everything has been up. So it's just the bias is down. This is down. So I mean, yeah, that looks to be technically what's going on. This is I don't know if this is a doji top, right? Like this is a doji bottom, but this is a doji top. Obviously, this is a doji top, but this I'm not so sure. But it may be close enough, it looks close enough, so it may be. The next target is meeting up with this 20-day moving average. And this 20-day moving average is very weak at times, so you can obviously break that. And if it breaks it, go to the 50. So we may be in for a short-term top. I mean, I wish it was a capitulation top, but yeah, if it doesn't, if it somehow bounce off this 20-day moving average, recollect, then it'll get that capitulation top. It's not going to happen now, obviously. So bias is down. That means you want to play more puts. But again, it's this whole QQQ may be because of just Amazon being, selling off for whatever reason. It may be because Jeff Bezos is selling. But level to level, maybe it's just level to, yeah, I don't, but it could be Jeff Bezos is selling. I hate to look at it, when the data actually come in. It'll probably be next week before they actually report it. But if it comes in that he's selling right now, that would be kind of strange, because he was supposed to either sell next last month on August, August the 3rd. Right now, selling right now just seems kind of strange. Yeah, it's just right close to 9/11. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the behavior today seems like somebody is selling. Some insider, either Jeff Bezos or somebody is selling, and the algorithm just picking up on this. And this right here can obviously trigger this QQQ to go this as well. This whole down day may be because of Amazon. Let's see what Apple looks like. Maybe Apple, Apple's low of day too. So yeah, so Apple and Amazon kind of behave the same. So if Apple and Amazon behave kind of the same, I don't think it's Bezos selling. But it could still be Bezos is selling would trigger the same algorithm, because they are lockstep in a lot of ways. So if the programs are seeing Amazon going down, maybe it's lockstep where Apple is tied to Amazon, and of course Apple is tied to the QQQ, or the QQQ is tied to Apple and Amazon. So we won't know until next week where the insiders, insider trading is released, and we'll see if the shares were actually being sold and how many shares were actually being sold, if at all. At this time, I'm not going to speculate. I just think it was just kind of a strange day today, but very well could just be the results of level to level on Amazon. Just classic level to level low of day. So tomorrow's option expiration. I will not be selling any straddle, of course, of course. Even though the VIX Amazon, yeah, I don't know how high it's high, but it's not high. So I will not be selling any straddle. I don't know if it will be technical Friday. Maybe in the morning it would be technical Friday. Very good chance of the afternoon around, I guess, 1, 2 o'clock ish. Probably 2 o'clock. They can hijack it because they've been able to show that they can hijack it and move it one way or the other, right? Last Friday, I believe, here, last Friday, yeah, right here, they moved it. Boom. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so yeah, last Friday, right here, they moved it. So let's look at it on the 15 right here. So they can hijack it at the, I guess, the afternoon for whatever reason. They'll hijack it, and maybe they'll successfully after it goes down. I mean, at this point, geez, what is? I don't know. I guess at this point, you might just say it'll probably just wiggle around here, uh, and then maybe it'll go back to somewhere like this level, 34.90, after it wiggled down here, and then hijack it in the afternoon to get to 34.90. So I would say that is the target, because otherwise, yeah, I mean, I guess it could be a collapse, right? Now, if the QQQ and everything sell off, the next level Look at that. The 50 and the 20 are lined up. So the 50 and the 20 both line up at right at 3,400. So could very well be that is where it's gonna happen as well. We just gotta. I guess what I would do is I don't think it's gonna be at the 3450, but it could also be at the 3450. I may, if it gets to the 3450, play either a straddle, meaning buying a straddle for one call and one put option, hoping that it gets hijacked one way or the other. And hopefully, I might just play it a week out, maybe play even next week one straddle. Because the straddle is bound to make money one way or the other. Buying one call, one put option is bound to make money one way or the other. It's just got to. It's just got to move. I mean, of course, if it doesn't move and stay flat, then yeah, you will lose out on that straddle. But in this environment, with next week being triple witching option expiration, I just don't see how that's gonna be possible. Where it's just not gonna move one way or the other and the bias is going to be down. So I might play a straddle, but also add an additional put or sell a call option. Selling a call option dated out a couple of weeks might be the correct strategy to play. A lot to think about, a lot to review, and a lot to notes to really just, you got to be disciplined and you got to play it the right way or you're going to lose bad.